settled on a person of interest. Someone with ties to Umbrella. Victor Gideon.
Okay, so that voice at the start has been causing a bit of a stir recently. I'm a bit late to the party on this one, but we are here talking about it now. Another nod to Resident Evil 6, but here we go. Okay, so as you can probably tell from the title and the thumbnail of this video, there is a theory going around that Sherry Birkin is involved in the story for Resident Evil 6, and there's a lot of concrete evidence to suggest it. And I do want to say it might not be the case. The first point I'm going to make is a very strong piece of evidence, but at the same time, there's obviously plenty of reasons that it might not be the case, but we're going to talk about it now. So let's start with that one and get it out of the way. So, the voice actress, right? Now, I've played Resident Evil 6 recently for footage and other stuff, and yeah, the voices are almost the same. I'm almost convinced it's the same person. But on the flip side of that, here's the thing. They've used plenty of different voice actors, voice actresses across the games to play different characters, and sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small. So as an example, this is probably the biggest one I can think of in the more modern entries, right? Carlos in Resident Evil 3 Remake is Chris in Resident Evil Village. They're the same voice, same person, and it's really jarring. Like, sometimes I used to play 3 and then jump to Village and here they use that same voice, and it was like, okay, there's a different character. But it's something that's done. Jill Valentine in the remake, her voice actress is in Village twice. She is the one villager that falls into the fire, I forget the name, and she's also one of the 3 daughters in the castle as well. So again, they use voice actors, voice actresses a lot for different people, so there's every potential that it's not Sherry. But on the flip side, there's some lore evidence that very much does kind of make it seem like it could be. And once again, that does lead us back to Resident Evil 6. Okay, so obviously in the showcase I've said this is a post Resident Evil 6 Leon, and he's still working with the DSO. That's who he works with in Resident Evil 6. It's the Department of Security Operations. That's who he works for. So does Sherry in Resident Evil 6. They work for the same people. Okay? So, the idea is, because Leon's going to Raccoon, he was involved there in the initial outbreak, so was Sherry, she was there too, so it doesn't surprise me if they said, okay, you two have kind of been there before, you are kind of familiar with it. Leon goes in, you're his kind of like handler, support, there you go. Like, that makes perfect sense, right? That's a solid base to put it down to, and I do see that happening. I do think it could be the case. It is very likely that is the case. In a lore perspective anyway, it does fit, having 2 people that have been there, survived it the first time, go back and deal with what's going on the second time. On a gameplay level, I think having more people involved with Raccoon go back is a good idea. There's still the rumoured theory of a 3rd major character in the game, like actually physically appearing. 2 of the biggest kind of contenders for that are Ada and Jill, because they were also both there when it happened, so having one or the other, or both, who knows, come back is a big theory right now. There's nothing really solid with either of them, but Sherry, it does seem like that might be who he's talking to. We don't know for sure. Obviously, I think we'll be waiting until launch for that one, but I think there's a lot of groundwork to kind of base that one off of being true. But yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that is who Leon is talking to? Do you think it could be somebody else? I'd say I'm like 60% sure it could be Sherry, but obviously with how they like to use the same voice actors for certain roles, we don't know for sure. But short and sweet, could be, could not be, but I'm leaning more towards the fact that it could be just based on the lore alone. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.